Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Such a simple children's book with so many valuable lessons. In the story, the boy grows older and wants nothing to do with the tree. That is, until he needs something from the tree. I remember when I got this book. I was on a chapter visit having a great conversation with a girl by the name of Lauren Friend. We chatted for hours about FFA, school, life, and everything in between. And then she told me about this book, a book I had never heard of before, The Giving Tree. We spent a good half hour talking about it and how it related to life. About a month later, it was my birthday. When I walked into the house, I realized I had received a package. It was from Lauren. Quickly, I ripped it open, and to my pleasant surprise, Lauren had bought me a birthday present. My present was this very book. This year, I have made countless memories, had numerous experiences, and discovered so much. But there is one thing that I have learned this year that has truly stuck with me. There is always something more. There is always something more to give, and there is always something more to gain. And this book illustrates these two things perfectly. As we read the story, imagine that you are the little boy, growing older and returning to the tree. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb on my trunk, swing on my branches, and eat apples. Then you will be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to have fun. I want to buy things. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree. "I have no money. I have only leaves and apples." "Take my apples, boy. Sell them in the city. Then you will have money and be happy." As the boy returns to the tree each time, he always has something more to gain. Whether it's apples for money, branches for a house, or the trunk for a boat. Throughout my year, I have seen several FFA members gain something more. For example, on a chapter visit I had with Jessica, we learned that students from El Capitan High School go beyond your average SAE and sign up to work their own piece of land where they grow and chop hay for a profit. Students can own anywhere from 30 to 90 acres of land that they're responsible for tending to. Or from the South Coast region, I learned that there was a student that was hanging out with the wrong crowd and doing things he probably knows he shouldn't be doing. But he allowed FFA to turn his life around. Now he's on judging teams, doing well in school, and even a sectional officer. Just as the boy always had something more to gain from the tree, each of us always has something more to gain. We can make our CDE that one practice we go to, or we can make it our family. We can make our SAE just something we do, or an experience that will shape our future. We can make FFA just a club, or we can make it part of who we are or want to be. We can take advantage of every opportunity in front of us, and remember, there is always something more to gain. However, with this gained knowledge and experience, there comes a time that we must stop being the boy and start being the tree. We must take what we have gained in order to give. Now, with a new perspective, let's go back to the pages. But from now on, begin to think like the tree. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail far away from here and be happy." Just as the tree, I have seen my fair share of giving this year. Students, ag advisors, and parents on chapter visits who seem to always have something more to give. One chapter visit in particular stuck out to me. It was a last-minute fill-in for a chapter who was unable to host us. Therefore, Ben and I went to the Tulare FFA chapter for a visit. Their advisors were so inviting and gracious on such late notice. At lunch, we ate pizza, my favorite, with Mr. Kuwine as we chatted about various things. He informed us that we would be continuing the day without him because he had a doctor's appointment. Naturally, I was thinking a regular checkup. However, it wasn't until later that I found out that Mr. Kuwine wasn't going in for a regular checkup. In fact, the appointment wasn't even for him. You see, Mr. Kuwine has an 11-year-old daughter with cancer. He wasn't going down the street for a regular checkup, but flying to Memphis, Tennessee with his wife and his daughter to see a specialized physician. Mr. Kuwine shared with me that Audra, his daughter, was diagnosed at the age of only 3. This followed with lots of tests and surgeries. Thankfully, Audra's health started to improve, and at the age of 5, she went back to school. Unfortunately, at 7 years of age, tests started to show that something wasn't right. More tests showed that the brain tumor was back, and the Kuwines sent all of their medical records to all of the leading surgeons. Almost everyone referred them to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So for the first time, on January 19th of 2008, the Kuwines flew to Memphis, Tennessee. And through all of this, Mr. Kuwine was an ag teacher. A job we all know very well is not a simple task. Through helping his daughter to 14 trips to Memphis, Tennessee, 30 treatments of brain radiation and chemotherapy, Mr. Kuwine gave 100% to his students in the classroom and managed his judging practices. Mr. Kuwine epitomizes something more to give. So the next time you feel like not giving more of yourself to maybe your schoolwork or your friends or maybe your family, think about those supporters in your life who give to you. Think about Mr. Kuwine and his story. Think about the giving tree, because each of us always has something more to give. With these 2 lessons, let's see how the story finishes. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I am sorry, boy," said the tree. "I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone." "My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing," said the boy. "My trunk is gone. You cannot climb on it." "I am too tired to climb," said the boy. "I'm sorry," sighed the tree. "I have nothing left to give you. I am just an old stump. I'm sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could, "well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit and rest. Sit and rest and be happy. And the boy did. And the tree was happy. As the story concludes, we see that even when the tree thinks she has nothing more to give, she does, and she is happy. When we remind ourselves that there is always something more to give, let us be humble, and like the tree, expect nothing in return. As you think about your everyday routine, think about how many times a day you could give something more. Now, think about how many times a day you could gain something more. When we remind ourselves that there is always something more to gain, let us appreciate what we have gained by thanking those who have helped us. There are so many individuals that I would like to thank. My friends, thank you for being there for me, even though I know I haven't been able to be there for you this year. My ag advisors, thank you for guiding me and being my mentors. There has not been a day that has gone by that I don't truly appreciate you helping me get here. The Mayfield family, thank you for inviting us into your home and making the 6 of us a part of your family. My family, thank you for always being there to support me and cheer me on in anything that I do, especially this year where I know I haven't been able to be there to reciprocate the support. And finally, my team, thank you. I have gained more from each of you than you will ever understand. And California FFA, I have gained so much this year because each of you had something more to give. Thank you for making this year something more